shop, right? They want to build a business, right? And hi there, this is Paul Pona. Welcome to Maker. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you in a short summary format so you can quickly get up and running. First, as you can see here, is ready-made templates that you can use. We have over 300 female voiceovers in hundreds of different use them and easily customize them and create powerful element is artificial state-of-the-art technology. What this will do is a bunch of script and automatically it will pull in all your video itself. And the beauty is this as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And finally, we have the AI video translation engine where you can actually bring in any YouTube video. Not only can bring videos into powerful, you can actually go a step further and do something into our language. Imagine you can now. So let's jump in and go to the very first step, and let me show you the create with DoodleMaker. That's very important because that we brought into the amount of features that are included. It's going to take me all day. I'm just going to give you, so when you'll be a lot of fun, is a color doodle video, okay, that you can create for the first time ever. You can do that, and watch this.
If you're looking to vengeance,
beautiful looking color doodle videos. You can also create whiteboard
service, and we're committed to creating satisfied customers.
It's another example of a beautiful looking blackboard video. We can do glassboard, whiteboard, blueprint, your own custom background as well that you can bring in. If that wasn't enough, you can bring in a ton of other types of characters, assets, and so on. So, for instance, let's say I want to use shapes, characters, and so on and so forth, like you see to my bottom right. These character sketch videos. If you want to take it a step further, let's say, and we wanted to add something else on top, we can actually go to the find anything that we want to do. So for instance, I want to do I click search in the library, and all these are sketchable. So for instance, let's say I share, because this looks like a nice shop, right? This element, which is a doodle color element, be hand drawn. Again, this comes from you can pull from, and that is the only application which makes what it can achieve. Here, can you create one more time videos, make and change everything you want to do? You can add transitions, like what you see, which is slide from the link and so on. Image that you want to bring over and convert into doodle video, you can also create it as a hand painting type, which allows your video into a doodle video. You've done everything for you in a sense that you can go in here, write attempts, hundreds and hundreds of fun board videos, glassboard videos, voiceovers, and everything done, blackboard videos, and so on. You can customize them as well. By the way, you got male and female, so reach we went a step further and we allow customize as well. So for instance, anyone here, once you load the template, there are two things: the easy logo, and you can start rendering it because the voiceover and everything else is done. All the customize it too, by the way, even further if you so desire, and that's one option. And so let's say you want to customize it even further. Let me show you how to do that. One, there are two options. One, move the delete this element, and we want to element and so on. You have quite a few options here. One of our here, which are a bunch of them, and there are thousands, black and white, and so on as well. Assets here that you can use, which is, let's have this here. Okay, that's because, you know, maybe wedding or engagement or birthday or whatever, right? That could be one, and you can draw this and further and elements as well. So what do I mean by that? So can be moved around. I can put this here, and I can also put another element here. Could be a doodle instance. Let's add cake. You can come in here and we can get all these assets for a cake, as you can see here. So which one do we like? Do this one. And we could add this color and then have elements here. You see that I can make it draw slowly, faster, and so on and so forth. And I can even go to the right, as you can see here. You see this, click on, and I could start. For example, let me click on it. You say, are you sure? Yes. And where do I want, and what do I want to draw first? So for example, let's say I want first quality bakeries first, but I don't want this, for example, this one to come second. I wanted this cupcake to come second, right? Well, by putting cupcake to the every element, I can adjust it to show up first, second, and so on. And the send backwards and all the other elements that are available to tweak and do other things. So on. So for instance, let me log and like adjust more elements. So for example, I can say keep this for displaying, or I can have it, for instance, where it can display for a few seconds every time, hides after that. I can even do it where it will show it, and on top of that, I can put things on top of each other as well. And this one on top, I can do that as well, so that one will get hidden, and then different transitions as well. Now I want to talk about some of the features. Okay, this one is you can add, and it has a whole bunch of fonts that you can use, and in this case, special amount today. Okay, let's say, and you can change this font size as well. But I can change the color of it. I can do all kinds of good stuff. Let's delete this element right now. Things over, top, swipe from left, and so on and so forth. And the cool thing is, from left bottom, make that possible. Okay, so for instance, this here. So let's say this cupcake right now. If I want this to basically slide from the, I just click on the how that looks like.
If you're looking for a quality bake,
you see that? So that every single element, so on, and then scroll scroll down, you can even change the text to speech of this in here. You can go in here, and if you wanted to read, you can also, if you go back and click on the canvas here, you can put your own text to speech voices here on, which is very powerful, especially when you're trying to pick that language earlier on. And then also upload your own voice here, which is an voice from within the way to do it. And as you can see here, the seconds are displayed here. In this case, it's sure that everything and so on. Straightforward. Now, the next thing that you can do is you can change the language. You see that speech that you to another language. I can just click Spanish and click on that auto translation button and click update, and all Spanish. You see that? And if you see that process right here, you have these change. You can even change one later on stuff. And here, if I want to go even customize the hands one more time and change the hands right here, it's my own available for you to go and pick and add your own background. And even change, as you can see here, the background itself. So you can see your white, black, glassboard, custom color, the blueprint architect, so on. Or you can even your own image and have that as a background as well. So very powerful resource to do that. A lot of customization, and as you can see here, go and have that as a watermark to appear throughout the video. So this has two elements here, which is really useful, and the is when you put it to the top, to the bottom here, like so, whatever you want. You can also do something cool, which is of this, so that maybe you want to put it as a true watermark. So you do that as well, so that then the client actually pays you. You can remove this watermark again from our based video. This is also useful if you want this to appear through video as well. It's very useful in that sense. And if you just delete the watermark here, project name, you can go back to settings and change that as well. So in this case, change it to a bakery business video, right? And I click up the settings library option right now. Our asset library, the biggest Doodle asset library anywhere, only when all these assets and so on to bring in. And so, for instance, you can get all bunch of, you can use this to search for different types of icons that you want. You want to put a doctor, and it's going to find all kinds of Doodle assets right here. And then we also have an assets, these cool assets that I was showing you earlier, right? So very, very powerful. So for instance, and I want to have to do this element for the time being, and let's say we want them to be first. So let's do that right now. Now let's put it out just to show you how this would look. You can show you how cool this will look.
De calidad para su
Since I had the language just Spanish here, it automatically made that video. And if you go back to the example, this could be happy, and I wanted to get somebody. So let's say looks is I can click on this little icon which words it into a nice little sketch painting kind of style. So I click use. I can go a step further and remove it in what it can achieve. And so again, I can make this a hand reveal. So for instance, I could do that. I can do the transition, for example, reveal on the left, and so left, for instance, and put that into the So I'll show you how you can see it is too. And so let's review.
Si está buscando una panadería, probable.
Pretty powerful, right? And that it means that literally your Doodle assets or whiteboard assets, that we also have photo bin here, and we have this really go a step further, all the Doodle videos you'll ever need. So for example, if bakery, well, I have Doodle assets on that. Let's say I wanted to do something, say I wanted to do a business and so on and so forth. Well, you have all these Doodle assets. So let's say I wanted to create something along these lines that you see here. So let's say I wanted to draw this. So if I was and one into timeline, I can this one right here. I can adjust different elements here, as you can imagine. So I could even make the transition. There's this one a little bit. This one, example, something slightly as well. And then now you can test out this right away as well. Like again, you can change the language. I'm going to keep it English, and I'm going to put the English accent here and so on. And then we can do that as well. So for instance, that as well. Just make sure that you're in the final step before you add the slides. So I'm in the 6th slide here, then I can go into the 6th and open up the customizations and so forth right here. One last thing I want to show you so far, a lot of that I showed you. A couple of last finder options that are available. Start from scratch and the AI video translation engine, both of which translation new project from scratch, for example, and how to lose weight, right? And that's the tip that we wanted to do, is we want to sort them into different slides. Avoid use, and then let's put another one here, which is drink coffee or tea. For these, you have options here. Let's say I want to put a background music if I don't want this language, so meaning I can write it in any language I want. And then also like last one to have the icon type. So Doodle assets you wanted to pick, okay? Do you want to pick a Doodle assets, meaning white, or you want to put colored Doodle assets only, meaning, or you're gonna do it with mixed, which is gonna be a mix of both color as well as, and mix and match. Once you create the project, you can do anything you want. Put color icon, right? And I want to do that. I can do that as well. So I can pick this hand style. Okay. Then I go click set Doodle assets based upon, you see it highlighted eat, and then it also had highlighted protein, right? So it's gonna pick these elements as I showed you earlier, the transitions here that you see. I can change which one appears first and so on in the timeline settings, and I can even go back to the library, and I can do and say type in any assets related to gym, and I can add these dumbbells and these boxing gloves, and I can even, for example, I could do simple stuff like that. I can add text, for example, how to lose weight, insert, and then in here as well. Pretty cool. And that wasn't in, and that is the AI video translation engine, which is where you can bring and you can get that translated and created into a different language video and its voice, and then it's going to convert that into a Doodle video as well. So let me show you how that works. Click on new project file, and let's say how to eat the on budget, as an example. And then for that matter, it's your own video that you have that you can do the same. Again, as you can see here, I can choose the scene. I can choose the assets type. Let's say I'll put it. You can do it whiteboard, blackboard, and so on. So let's say I want to do blackboard now, and all I have to do now is click Get YouTube Video, and you see that I click that blue button, and then you see this. And I can want it to, right? So I can change this right here, right, and so on and so forth, right? I would recommend to rewrite it to the best of your ability, so that it make it your own. You don't have to worry about that. So once you've done so and done this whole process, the next thing that you do is click on the Save button on the top, and once you do that automatically it's going to find, and obviously you can stuff elements and so on. It is automatically created as the slides, automatically done the text to speech, as you can see here. It's automatically done all that work for us, and I can choose whatever voice of speech and so on. Again, I can go back to the library and add any other additional assets. I can add all stuff here. So that's another great option. So that concludes the complete. So I'm going to go over, but this should kind of show you everything that you need. Videos with DoodleMaker. We're so excited to have you. Hope you enjoy it just as much as we did creating DoodleMaker. To DoodleMaker. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you all Maker, so you can quickly get up and running with it and DoodleMaker. First, as you can see here, is ready-made templates that you can use with in different niches and industries. Click them, use them, and easily customize them and create. Starting artificial intelligence, the art technology. What this will do is it will allow you to paste a bunch of script, and automatically it will pull in all the doodle at your entire board and the video as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And finally, we have the AI video translation engine, where you can actually then not only convert all boring doodle videos, you can actually go a step further and do something really cool, which is convert it to international audiences as well. And so, find the video with DoodleMaker. That's very important, because depth that we brought into the amount of features that are included. I'm just going to get using it. It's going to be a lot of fun as well. The first thing is a color doodle video, okay, that you can create for the first time ever. Watch this.
For a quality bakery for your next event.
Beautiful looking color doodle videos. You can also create whiteboard and blackboard videos just like this one
to create satisfied customers. And
another example of a beautiful looking blackboard, whiteboard, blueprint videos, or even your own custom. Also, that wasn't enough. You can bring in a ton of our library that you have here. So, for instance, some of the assets here, my bottom right, you can do that as well. As an example, let these character sketch really detailed 1,000 assets like these as well. So really, if we created one of these and we wanted to add something else on top, we can actually go to the library, go down and find anything that I want, because this person, let's say they want to set up their own business. I click search in these, like this one right here, because this looks like a nice shop, right? It wants, right? And element will be hand drawn, comes from and that is the only application by DoodleMaker it can achieve here. Can you create character style doodle videos, make and change anything you want to do? That transitions, like we did, slide from the right hand, where for example there going to be an image that you want to bring over and convert into doodle video. You can also create it as a hand painting type style, which allows image or doodle video. Very, very maker. Not only have we done everything for you in a sense that you can go in here, run all these hundreds and hundreds upon whiteboard videos, so with bunch of templates and voiceovers and everything done, blackboard videos and so on. You can customize them as well. By the way, you got mail for these, so it's very, very powerful. So you can reach different industries, event as well. So for instance, any one of these templates that I have, like the template here, can do one easy one, which is you just load in here and then you change the logo and everything else is done. You see here all the optimize it too, by the way, even further if you so desire, and that's one option. And so let's say you want to customize one, there to remove the actual element, I want to bring in something which is more doodle style element and so on. Here, go into one of our which are a bunch of them, and these a color doodle, black and white, and so on as well. So I wanted to add this here. Okay, that's because you make in this case for wedding or engagement or birthday or whatever, right? That could be one. This out. Let's say I can even go a step further and I can add multiple. What do I mean by that? So because this can be moved around, I can put this element here, could be a doodle element and so on. So for a cake, okay, I can come in here and we can get all these assets for so well we could add this color doodle here and then have that transition as handwriting, and then you can change the speed element slowly, faster, and so on and so forth. I can do that as well. Once I've set it to a speed that I like, go to the timeline settings. I can just click on this lock button. I could start, for example, you click on it, you say, are you sure you want to reset? Where do I want to draw first? So for example, let's say I want to draw good quality bakeries first, but I don't want this for example this one to come second. I wanted this, so well actually putting that cupcake to the top here. So I can put every element, I can adjust it to show up first, second, and so on. And the other thing is, if you see, send elements optimizations are also available for you to so on. So for instance, let me lock, and once you lock the timeline like what I've done here, you can hide after displaying, or I can have it, for instance, where it seconds 5 hides after that. Go up for just a few seconds and then and on top of that, I could put things on top of each other, hidden, and then the other one will appear on top of it. And so you can do different transitions as well. Now I want to talk about okay? It has a whole bunch of fonts that you can use and on and so forth. So in this case, get special today font size as well, whatever you want, and click insert to size it. I can change the color of it. I can do all kinds of stuff. So let's delete this out and make it, from top, slide from left, and so on and so forth. So if I wanted to slide from left, bottom, and so on and so forth, it would have different hand possible. Okay, so for instance, up here, so let's say this cupcake right now. If I want this to basically slide from the left, okay, and then I just click on the preview button on the top, and it'll show you
If you
right. You can adjust every single element. You can do hand drawing, each script for this in this element that you see right here, which is very powerful. And if you wanted to redo that text-to-speech, or if you go back and click on the canvas here, you can put your own text-to-speech languages and so on, which is very powerful, especially when you're trying to video itself. You can also balance so on, or record your voice from within the application as well. So that here in this case it's 6 seconds. So I would make sure that I record my voice to match that 6 seconds and so on. All right. That is straight all these languages that you can do. So if I wanted to convert it into another language right away, I can click on and all these words, and even if you see that process right here, we have these change. You can even change that Spanish. And here, if I want to go a step further, I customize the hands one more time and change the hands available. I can put on music here. We have a whole bunch available right here. And even change, as you can see here, the background itself. So you can see some color, like a blueprint color, like architects and so on. Or you can even own an image and have that as a background as well. So very powerful resource to do that. A lot of customizations, and we have a feature, as you can see here, where you can literally that as a watermark to appear throughout the video. So this has useful, and the first element that is very useful is, as you can put it to the top, to the bottom here, like so, whatever you want. You can also do something cool, opacity of this, so that in case certain times maybe you want to put it as a true one and that sort of thing, you can do that as well, so that this water basically give them the non-watermark based video. This is also useful if you want the full video as well. It's very useful in that sense. And if it lets me just delete, I want to change the basic as well. So in this case, business services, I could change it to business, right? Click update, and then it automatically saves the settings and so on. Our asset library is very online. I particularly went in, spent a lot of money to acquire all these assets and so on to bring in. And so for instance, you can get all bunch of icons like you see here. You can use this to search for different types of icons to use. So for example, I want to put a search for a doctor, and it's going to find all kinds of doodle assets right here. And then we also have an assets tab, which is you have all these cool assets that I was showing you earlier, right?